3, 2.
Hello, it's Saturday. I'm gonna go street perform today and I'm bringing you guys along. I've actually got new magic that I want to do in my show, so that's why I'm filming this, because it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. So I am excited to do it. Let's do it. Woo! Perfect. Time to go. Someone leave Hungry Jack's at my front door. Why? Yep. That's a full meal. I guess I see if it's there when I come home. We got the local biker gang sitting on my pitch right now. I think it's like a tour group actually. But that is where I work right here. This is actually where a lot of people take photos and stuff because the Opera House is just over here. There's a coffee cart over here and they're really nice. They have no problems with me. You actually haven't seen it on video because this is kind of a new pitch for me. I've never worked here before until maybe like a month ago. I was having too many problems with other buskers along Circular Quays. So now I have this all to myself. Sunscreen. Very important. I'm working in the sun all day, so gotta put it on. So it can be a little bit quiet down here at like 11 o'clock in the morning. A lot of the traffic goes around to the Opera House, which is unfortunately on the other side of the quay, but I can only work down this side, so I kind of wait for it to pick up a little bit. It sometimes can dip down around 1 or 2 o'clock, and I occasionally do some bad shows. At least that's been the consistency of the last few weekends, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Every weekend's a new weekend, I guess. So like I said in my last video, the motivation to start a show on my first show of the day can be difficult, especially when it still looks quite quiet, but I think things are starting to pick up. So I'm going to start setting up slowly but surely. I don't think any trains are running today, so I'm not sure how much that will affect people being down here on Circular Quay, but I guess let's find out. So surprisingly, I'm not super nervous about this new piece of magic. Like, it's simple to do, which is great. I just need to find the right timings for all the comedic bits that I want to add to it, which they won't all be in this show, obviously, because they'll take time to develop properly. Oh, hello, everybody, standing directly in front of the camera. I'm just waiting for someone to kind of knock my camera down those stairs. Wouldn't surprise me. It's happened before. So I will give a clue. I am replacing my card set. So the Phantom deck, the invisible cards I've been using, I will not be using anymore if this goes according to plan. So the funny thing about sitting up and amping the spot when I'm not doing a show, people come in and they don't really see it or pay much attention to it, and then I turn it on and it scares the heck out of them. It's quite funny. Sound check, 1 2 1 2. Hippopotamus. I don't know, why not? Josh, you want to write your name on this 10 of hearts, mate? Chuck it on there, make it nice and unique. We're going to make this trick a little bit more dangerous. If you're wondering what this is, it's an animal trap. Thank you very much, Josh. Here we go. I'm going to find Josh's signed 10 of hearts, risking my hands and my life for your entertainment today. We'll do it nice and quick. This is a new part of the show, so just ignore everything that comes out of my mouth for the next 10 hours. Here we go. Josh, that's your signed card? Fantastic. We'll leave it right here in the center of the pack. Give the dig a couple of cuts and a quick shuffle to keep this as fair and as honest as I possibly can once again. Josh, does that look fair to you? Yeah. Lisa, do you trust me? Yeah. That was quite convincing. Thank you very much. Here we go. We'll find your card, Josh. We're going to use this here animal trap. Now, this is actually quite dangerous and I could hurt myself for your entertainment pleasure today. So let's give it a go, eh? If you open it up, nice and tight. I'm going to lose all the cards. All right, we open this up. Here we go. As dangerous as possible. Fantastic. Open this side as well. And then, perfect. Now that we're nice and set, Josh, you know, chuck your hand in here, mate. No, I'll chuck my hand in it. All right, here we go. Oh my God, that wasn't your card. All right, I'll do it. All right, here we go. We're going to set the deck of cards as carefully as possible inside
of this trap. If I place 2 balls in the bag, Josh, how many now? 4. That'll do. Orange. Don't stare at me in stunned silence. Clap for the second one. Now watch close. I am now going to stick my hand inside of this animal trap, find Josh's signed card. Just do it. No, it's as easy as that, yeah. Would anyone like to see a coin trick? No, no, damn. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Josh. That's not your card, but that is your card. There we go. Now finishing it off.
Wow, that was terrible. The show did not start off well, just trying to build a crowd in general. Nothing changed in that regard to my show, but I couldn't get anyone. It was like midday Saturday and I was having a very difficult time. I eventually got one person and then a couple of people, and I was my energy was kind of weird then because I was kind of over trying to build a crowd. Yay. However, the show did start to slowly build. I had some people leave while I was trying to do a bit of the card trick, which was a bit unfortunate, considering I was using them to interact with. Then I introduced the new piece of magic in my show, which is technically known as the world's most dangerous card trick by Mario Morris. It uses this here animal trap, which is actually pretty powerful, and you basically stick the deck of cards in it and you yank out their card, and you can have a lot of fun, I think, with like building up the tension of it and a bunch of jokes and stuff that I just didn't or haven't implemented very well into a crowd. There's a bunch of lines and stuff I want to use around it that I've been thinking of over the last few nights. It's just actually really difficult to implement them into the show straight away. I actually forgot how difficult it was to do new pieces of magic in a show, how clunky and it's horrible.
There we go. It is now time to risk my hand for your entertainment pleasure. I will reach inside of this animal trap, pull out one card, Leo's signed card. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I got 2 cards. Luckily, they're both 2s, but Leo, is that your sign 2 of spades? Make some noise! Now watch this! Watch this!
Alright, so you don't quite realize how ingrained certain aspects of your show are until you change things up. Because I have actions where my other hand will do something as I'm reaching for a pen to get a card signed, and I keep going to do that when I realize I don't need to now. And it's really, really weird. I have to keep stopping myself mid-show and be like, nope, that is not the action that I need to do. I don't need to dump the deck of cards in my back pocket. So that's interesting. However, the second show was a little bit better. There was still a bit of a disconnect with the crowd. I think that just might be Saturday in the audiences. That might have happened with my regular show as well. I'm just having trouble trying to get people to actually come in close and have fun. They're kind of just staying back, but they are staying around and watching, which is good. It was a better show, but in the first show, I managed to grab the wrong card out of the trap. I am not sure how I managed that, but it wasn't his signed card, which was really annoying and a bit anticlimactic, so that wasn't good for the first show. However, the second show went flawlessly.
Damn it. 1. Jesse, is that your signed King of Clubs? Make some noise!
Show number 3 there, done. Jesse, the guy in the front of my crowd, there's actually a magician. He's a street performer himself. He's been doing it for like 17 years or something. And he's just traveling right now, but he might, come street perform in Sydney one day. So we'll see if that happens, but it was nice to meet him. I had a good talk to him after the show, and probably gonna do a 4th show in a minute. The wind has picked up a little bit, unfortunately, but it should be manageable. So the trap can be hit or miss with how the cards spray out of it at the end there. Sometimes they just get caught in it, and sometimes they drop everywhere all over the ground. The first one is good in these situations where there's wind, because it's going to blow into the water otherwise. If it was the middle of the street, it'd be alright. I don't mind them blowing away a little bit. I don't pick them up. But here I don't want them to blow into the water. So they're going to be careful with that. The first show they actually went all over the ground and it wasn't too bad. But then at the end of the show they started to throw away. Someone came and helped me pick them up, which was very nice. It's just something to keep an eye on and probably get used to the handling of the trap properly.
1. Oh, I actually didn't trigger it. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Christian, is that your 8 of hearts? Hey! Yay! Now watch this. Watch this. But unfortunately, my Insta360 has filled up. It's out of storage. Annoyingly, that was actually a good show with the trap, and it ran out like halfway through, so I don't have the footage of the end crowd, but that was a lot of fun. It's just fading in the sky right now, but there was another like marriage proposal behind me while I was trying to do this show, which is probably why it was really, really difficult. It was a horrible show. I have a crowd of people. Unfortunately, I've been upstaged by a big old marry me in the sky. So this show was going fantastic until that happened, and now we're just gonna wait it out. Someone marry me. No? Hello darkness, my old friend. Thank you very much. Thank you very much everybody for watching my show today, guys. My name has been Mika. I will hold my hand out. The interesting thing is when you do bad shows sometimes, and I mean it's bad in terms of not the crowd not building. I didn't have a big crowd or anything, but you can have really good connection with the people you do a show for. So I actually got paid better in that show than I did in my last two, even though they were completely packed out big shows. So it's very interesting how it works sometimes. But yes, in terms of crowd size, that was my worst show of the day. I pretty much gave up on it like halfway through, but I was having fun with the people that were here, so. A couple of problems I've ran into with the trap so far is that when I reach in to grab the card out, I'm just not used to the technique for it because I'm not activating the trap. I did it twice and I didn't activate the trap, so it was a little bit anticlimactic. Alright, normally I can work here until about 5 o'clock and then it gets really quiet. That last show was at 4 o'clock and it's quiet, so it's about 20 past 4 now. I'm going to try to do one more. It's picked up a little bit. There's no marriage proposal in the sky, but there is something happening at the top of there. There's a bunch of people up there clapping and cheering for whatever reason. Let's try a show. Alright, showtime, step right up, come and watch me, you might as well come join in. We get started momentarily. I just got to set up a couple of things, play some music, and then we all have a whole lot of fun. We get started with a quick magic show live for your entertainment pleasure. I definitely felt like there was potential for that show, especially at the start. There was a lot of people hanging around, waiting to watch, and I thought I could get them in and we could all have a great time. So my energy in that last show was pretty off. I was kind of in the mindset of just to do this show, I'm gonna do it and then go home, call it quits. I don't care about the outcome of it. And it started off quite fun. I thought it was gonna be great. Turns out it wasn't. The groups of people I had, while good, while fun, they stayed and watched the whole thing, so thank you very much, weren't super energetic, and I had trouble getting other people to come and watch, so that's a bit unfortunate. People just kind of wanted to stand and stare, I guess, so that's how it is sometimes. Time to pack up. Oh, my favorite guy came along. He came and dumped a beer and a water bottle in my hat. He actually does this quite often, normally on a Sunday, and I never really catch him because I'm like in the middle of hatching my crowd and he dumps them and runs away because I don't actually drink, so I have like 5 beers at home, all from him. Feel kind of bad, but like, thank you very much.